Hello, welcome back. Last time I played a terrible seaweed puzzle that I hated a lot. I did some really fun stuff before it, though, so that was nice. Did I get any new starfish since I last looked at this? Replay feature? Yes, I did, because I don't know what that is. Hang on, new puzzle. I did the new puzzle, but I didn't see the replay feature. Solutions to missions you've solved earlier. Right-click on the solved pearls in the campaign screen. Oh, neat! So watch old demos. So, like, if I wanted to... Give me one with a low move count. I mean, I guess that has a low move count. So I right-clicked that. No? I'm just here, but wait, what? I see. Okay, cool. Increase speed. Neat. Alright, that was the magic sequence that let me get through there. Okay, cool. Well, I can watch my old demos. It's kind of a little bit weird that these features, like especially the schematic and the grid and stuff like that, are unlocks, but I guess that's okay. Anyway, the UFO. Flounder's Path.
There it is, Guppy. The alien spacecraft.
Oh, hey!
Now do you believe in UFOs, Guppy?
Flounder, we need to go back and report this immediately.
Go back? Are you crazy? This is our chance to be the first FIN agents to contact alien life forms.
Flounder, we can't just contact them. They've committed kidnappings. We have to apprehend them. Do you know how to apprehend aliens, Flounder?
That should be a question mark.
Give me a gun.
Flounder, we're going back and giving our report.
I know you're right, Guppy, but if we go back now, we'll be leaving Virgil behind. I'm afraid the only solution is to push him into that pit.
Huh?
Yep, I was looking at that while you were talking, so I could easily exit off the top of the screen, except that there isn't enough space for Virgil to get around and climb on Guppy's back. Do fish have backs? Like, they must have some sort of spinal structure. But do you call it a back? I've never thought about that before. So, there's a starfish here. Oh boy. Schematic, please. That's grid. Schematic is D... Pushable, 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 solid. Gotcha, that's solid stuff. Wasn't sure how to read that. I am so glad I have this feature. It's a great one. Alright, so if this goes... to work together very well. If this goes more than one to the right, then I won't be able to get the starfish, because I can't push it to the left with anything. Well, except maybe those tools. Anyway, so, Virgil, you're going to do that. And you need assistive tools to get up anywhere, I guess.
So when you guys get me out, you'll take me with you into the flying saucer, won't you?
We'll take you with us back to the fish wagon where we will make our report.
Okay, so, I can't just go and grab this right now. That has to be a Virgil task. I can't just go grab Virgil now. That has to be done with... something. So I need to build him a stairway with these items, I guess. Whatever they are. Alien technology. I have 2 fish to do it with. If I were to do... Yeah, so at this point he can't fit in that gap to push that. I can get this little thing out, if that's going to do me any good. And I can still push this back. Okay,
Flounder,
so why did I reset? Right. That was unnecessary. Because I didn't know if I wanted to keep any of that. Okay, so main problem here, Virgil in pit. He has a long way to go to climb out. That's 1, 2, 3, 4... I only have to elevate him by 4 blocks. Then Guppy can get under. That's not quite true. Guppy still couldn't get around, so even if he's on this ledge, there's no room to do that. Huh. Alright, so how about... My next instinct is to, let's see.
Why did you push me into this pit, Flounder?
It was the only way, Virgil.
Did I push you there? I thought I made you walk yourself. Sorry, next instinct is to try this. That's going to need to move left. Oh, and that's a problem. Whoa. That may be a problem. And she needs to be in a different part of that anyway. And she could not get this in there like that, so that's impossible. Okay. Well, I tried. Now I know why that doesn't work. So this one exists. Would that work better? Looks possible. I think I have to hook this onto this, or the other way around. Probably the other way around. Okay. And then I have two little 1x1s to do whatever I want with.
Do you really think that's a UFO?
Of course not.
You don't?
No. A UFO is an unidentified flying object. This object is not flying, and it can be positively identified as an alien spacecraft.
I would say, well, no. I was going to make a joke, but I realized it didn't work at all, so why am I mentioning it? Anyway, so hook these two together. Oh hey, that makes a funny dropping noise. Beep. I think it's more of a zap than a beep, but close enough. Okay, so I can do this kind of... Oh, hey. This kind of shuffle if I want. And then, like... support that with you while I go over...
I think you should have done that differently.
Shoot. I see. How about if I do it that way? Although, what exactly am I trying to do? I don't really know at this point. So you can let her do that, and do something, push that down there. And this doesn't fit, does it? Of course it doesn't. Not with all those pieces hooked on. Ultimately, will this even work? So that is at full height. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I mean, no, because Guppy has no place to hook onto this. And in the other arrangement, Guppy? That would also be true.
Very similar to the technology used in that freeze ray gun.
And identical to the lights we now have on the fish wagon.
Yeah, cool, huh?
It would be, if we had any idea of what they actually do.
Okay, so if I hook the other way, let's just look at that shape a bit.
Not again.
Ah, shoot. If you go up a little bit, well, actually that won't help. Yeah, so that falls if I do this. Well, no it doesn't. Right, because it's not. I know why that doesn't happen. If this were down 2... Why is this hard to visualize? If this were down 2... Well, then this would be 2, and Virgil could climb up onto that lip, but it wouldn't do him any good. I don't understand what I'm trying to do here. Is the pipe involved? All I can do with the pipe is move it 2 to the right, or back to its current position. These little one-tall things exist, and they could be Virgil platforms of sorts.
Flounder,
but,
we
like,
can't stay here. We have to go back immediately.
I know you're right, Guppy,
whatever.
but if we go back now...
Here.
Flounder, we can't stay here.
I know you're right, Guppy.
You're right, Guppy. I wanted to have him walk into that pit himself to see if he'll say anything different. I don't have a plan here. Obviously these are involved, but they're just the wrong shapes. They're not big enough. I can hook them onto each other, but what good does that do me? Because there's this. This protrusion stops most solutions that involve lowering that in there and hooking Virgil back up out with it. So if I'm not doing exactly that... Now, things can fall in his head and he'll be okay, right? I seem to remember that. Doesn't feel a thing. Okay.
Why did you do it, Virgil? Why did you jump into that pit?
So we'd have more time to look at the UFO.
Alright, so it does react to that. It's very hot in this room, and it's making it hard to think. And I'm really not sure at all what I want to do. I mean, okay, I could do this if I wanted. Why would I want that? Give him a little platform to step on. So, okay, you're a little bit higher. So what? I could put the other one down there and not accomplish anything. That would be useless. So it has to involve something else. If only I could visualize what the goal state is going to look like, this would be so much easier. So there's definitely.
Why did you do it, Virgil?
Yeah. You already said that. Why are you saying it the second time? If I lowered, there's no way for Guppy to lower this into the pit because she can't get in there with it. Also, yes, that's true because that's too wide in the bottom. Even if I had it on top of her in this position and pushed it to the left somehow, which is also impossible.
Keep trying, you'll figure it out.
Yeah. That encouragement is just, hey, we notice you haven't done anything for a while. It does not feel like encouragement. Does not feel needed. Okay. I just need to look at this until I can see some semblance of a plan. I'll be back when I have one. Alright. I counted out some spaces. I think I do see a configuration that can work. If this is down here. 1, 2...
You see
1,
those
2,
lights, Guppy?
3, 1, 2... Go, come back, grid. I need you. And then this is hooked onto it. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And Guppy is here. Like, she could have lowered that in. Virgil could get onto it and then come out. So my presumption is that since the starfish is in that position, it's going to be hard for some reason not to do that. That's the thing that makes the starfish irretrievable. That doesn't, but pushing it one further does. I don't see how the steel pipe figures into the puzzle yet. I guess one thing is it's a little hard to get that whole hook structure all the way in there. If I really... Yeah, okay, I'm starting to see what's going on. I don't think
Flounder,
I need...
I know you're right.
Yeah, shush. I don't think I need... stuff. I don't think I have any idea what I was saying. Okay. I had a thought. I don't anymore. Oh yeah, I only need one fish for this. So right, this is the one Virgil's gonna sit on. So right, the idea was... Let me just ignore that for now. That little guy can stay right where he is. So if this is hooked like that... That's cool. If Guppy's in here and lowering it down, that's great.
Do you really think that's a...
The problem is that if I release it ever... Oh, unless it's on the... Oh, never mind. I accidentally solved it. What I was saying was that if I release it, this falls down and I can't get Guppy in there, but by accident, that happened. Which means I think I can just do this, can't I? Park her there. Do this. Lower. And bring it back up. Yeah. So what's the trick here? Perhaps that is the trick. Can Virgil... He can't move. You can't move. You can't push. Okay, there's my problem. I can push this over, but that's no good. Okay, so... What does that mean? I could put a thing on top of Virgil that would help support the whole structure. Don't see how that would help me. If I could just push it to the right, that would be nice, but I can't. Because it's not wide enough up here. He can't push her, and she can't move anywhere without the whole thing collapsing. Can I push it left? Not with Virgil in there. If Virgil were not in there, then I would have the ability to do that. The whole thing is still hooked on there. Alright, so I haven't lost anything. Let me go ahead and do one of these so I can stop hitting the R key and erasing all my progress. How would a single... See, like if I had a snail here, that would be nice, but snails are not in this part of the puzzle grid.
This is a fantastic discovery, Guppy. Just fantastic.
Yeah,
I don't
let's
see
go
any
inside
reason
and
I would
check
do
it out.
that. That doesn't seem useful. I mean, I can get the stuff back after I do that. How do these two play into the puzzle? How does the steel pipe play into the puzzle? Those are the things I don't know the answers to yet. So again, there's no... The only support is her tail, or her head. She can't move at all out of this or it falls. What if... I can't even put Virgil on that little shelf there. And even if I could, that wouldn't be useful because the whole point is to have him in there. Okay, well, since this is a thing that I've thought of doing, let's at least see what happens if... shoot, that's going to be hard.
So
when you something... Alright, well this was easy enough to set up. Let me just... Sure, that's a fine state. I want that little object to fall on Virgil's head. That implies... Well, actually, it could be the other little object. Here. Alright, let's just go farther back, because I
Flounder,
really
which-
accomplished
I know you're
nothing. Why do I have to press enter twice there? Alright, so I wanted you to push this... No, yes, here. Like, I don't think this accomplishes anything, but I can at least try it. Okay, so tab key switches between 2 characters, space switches between 3, so if I think I understand the difference between the two, and I just explained it. What I'm trying to say is, this is a good occasion for using the tab key, which I'm failing to do, because I only want to work with 2 characters at a time right now. Getting tired of rotating through Virgil when I just want somebody else. Oops. Alright, so how'd this work again? But now tab does nothing. Why? Because I pressed the undo key? No, now it does nothing. It's just switching to Flounder and nobody else. I don't... What does the... What's up with the tab key? Ah, I can use numbers. Well, there we go. That's nice. Good. That's even better. Full control over who I control. Good. Gonna take a bit of getting used to. Alright, so the magic thing that I did to make this all work was to push it right there. I put a thing on Virgil's head. So with this down here, it'll be supported differently now. Again, I don't see what this accomplishes other than, you know, letting that hold itself up with him there, but that's... Why would I care? I wouldn't. I don't. There's nothing else shaped interestingly that can move vertically. Due to the shape of this hole with this protrusion here, it does mean that I have to be in this configuration, not with this one on top. It has to be this one on top. Because yeah, Virgil could hook onto the bottom of that, but this can't descend... Right? Okay, so let's draw this out in my mind's eye. So that would be shaped like this. That would hook on here. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, and there's just no place for a fish to lower that down. So yeah, it has to be this way. But I don't know what to do about this problem. He's raised, but not enough. Oh,
So when you guys get me out,
got it. That's why this is the way that it is, because she could raise it one more and hook it on there.
Sorry about that.
Yeah, sure. So that'll... Okay. Okay. So that's what makes the starfish challenging. If I go back... I really should have seen that earlier. I was just not thinking in that particular direction. I have to go a long way back to actually push that steel pipe, huh? So yeah, the non-starfish way to do this. Hey Virgil, you want some more junk on your head? Too bad, you're getting it anyway. There you go. That's actually no good, because he has to crawl in there. So why don't you let that go in there and do this? I mean, like, why am I dropping this on him at all? I have no real reason to. Okay, so if I push this to the right, she can lift up enough to get stuff done. Yeah, and these definitely cannot help remove the steel pipe. In fact, neither of them can even fit into that space. So yeah, once it's over there, it's not moving anywhere else. Alright, anyway, this goes here. Actually, couldn't I just stick it here and then push the whole structure over? And have it just sort of fall into place? No, not quite. So I still need this to happen. It took a long time to parse this puzzle. This was a confusing one. Oops. And I only have a partial parse still because I don't have a way to get the starfish. I think I do have a way to do the rest because...
This is a fantastic discovery, Guppy. Just fantastic.
Just fantastic. That push there, this go here, you go here, so you can push left. Wait. Are you sure? I'm not sure, but I think that's what I do. You climb up. You climb up, and then... yeah, you can actually not accomplish anything of worth. I can't... I can push that. No, I can't, because Virgil's inside. What? Hold on. I don't have this figured out. Oh, right, wait. I go up there, and then Virgil can climb out if there's nothing on his back, so I shouldn't have put that thing there. Okay. Little by little, things are starting to make sense. I am not doing the best job at making observations that I should be seeing a lot faster. I don't know why that is. Maybe, as I said, it's because the room is really hot and it's harder to think.
Thanks, guys.
Okay, so you can get out this way. Can't get the starfish that way. So, something needs to happen.
We are gonna go in and take a little peek, aren't we?
No.
Okay, and that gives me this padlock. Oh hey, so it would finally be time to go back here if I didn't have a starfish to get.
There it is, Guppy. I know.
Right. So, I need to not push this 2 to the right to make that happen. I can't move it anywhere else. So how will that play out exactly? So let me just do that elevator setup again and look very closely at each step of the process. Obviously these two little things are involved. I did not use them for anything useful during that puzzle construction. So yeah, I can't really visualize this stuff without you know, without having everything in place already. This thing's just in the way. Let me put it in that pit. Just to get it out of here.
Do you really think that's a UFO?
So, this goes up and over. Swim, little fish. You're so slow when you're pushing something. Right. Like, let me just save this state so that I can recall it to look at what this looks like. Because I'm going to be looking at this a lot. Save. So what I need to know is what can I affect with the steel pipe. Actually, that's already, well, not necessarily wrong. I can move it to the right by 1. And I probably am going to need to at some point for this.
This is a fantastic...
But it doesn't help me to move it just by 1. Right? So performing this again. He hooks on. At what point do I have a choice of something interesting to do here? At pretty much no point. Yeah, no, at pretty much no point. So this is the first place where anything can happen, and the thing that happens is that. There is nothing I can do to prevent that from down here. It's impossible to build a tower tall enough for that. What if... no. What if no? Okay, once again, I just need a moment to see what it is that I'm missing here. Well, I stared for a while. I'm not really getting anywhere at all, and I think my time's kind of just about up. So, yeah, today was not a very good day for me for thinking about these things, so sorry about that. This looks like one of those starfish puzzles I'm going to have to come back to later. I just cannot possibly see how these two objects could play into a different solution here. Like, yeah, I could maybe hypothetically stack them up under this thing, but that doesn't help. That doesn't elevate it enough for that. Like, I don't even know what the fundamental problem here is that in order to make enough space for her to go up one extra spot, the pipe needs to move there. Then, once it's all the way over there, he can't fit in anymore. There's definitely no object with such a shape that would let me get leverage from this side after that's happened. So I cannot make this push in a solution that gets the starfish. But there's just nowhere to go from here. There's no way to elevate this one more without occupying this space that's occupied by the steel pipe. And like, these two tools did not figure into that other solution at all, but I don't see how they possibly could figure into this one. I can stack them on top of Virgil, but that doesn't accomplish anything. Like, this still ends up unsupported if I push this way. I can stick them on top of Guppy here, but that doesn't help because it's not like they stick to this. They're not like a snail. They can't help support that with a longer thing. So I don't know what to do. Because yeah, if I could lengthen this one more, have Guppy move over there, lift it up again, then Virgil could get out, and Steel Pipe could be pushed back. He could be carried over there to get the starfish, but what? Like, that doesn't work. If I look at the schematic, there's no other interactable objects here. It's just these two, and the steel pipe, which can't move out of its prison right there. There's Virgil. He can be involved in stacking things, but I don't see how that could ever be useful. I'm kind of hoping that thinking out loud here will somehow lead me to a useful solution, but it hasn't. One thing I did notice was that I can, if I want to, I can place, if I go back far enough, I just sort of shunted these two objects off to the side so that I could get them back if I wanted to do something like this with them. So, I mean, I can have Guppy with one of those on her head, and like I can move it independently of the rest of that stuff, because just because it's on top of that doesn't mean it gets carried along or anything, if you get what I mean. Because like this doesn't go left, it falls on her. Thanks, Virgil. Good to know. Yeah, just none of that's useful. Like, what do I do with two of those? Like, Virgil can climb onto one of them down here, or even two of them down here. Maybe, with some trickery. But why? Why would I? That just elevating by 2 blocks doesn't help. So I don't know. That starfish is not getting gotten today. I will have to come back to it later. Wow, that's a high move count. Okay, well, I finished everything that I could possibly do on the left branch, so finally, like, this entire section of game is done, other than this starfish, which I'll come back to later. So next time, whole new branch, the stingray. I'm gonna do the right branch. Let's see what that's about. Cool, see you then.